In the last 85 episodes, I think I have covered all the fundamentals of Vedic astrology that you need to know and remember. Now let us connect all the dots to make sense of the wonderful discoveries of the sages of the Vedic era. First and foremost, let me once again make it clear that Vedic astrology is not about forecasting your future. Vedic astrology is an ancient science that took thousands of years to evolve after continued observations and findings of generations of sages of the Vedic era. Unfortunately, with the decline of the Vedic times, the subject lost its meaning to translations and changing languages until it finally became the forte of money-seeking mongers. Vedic astrology believes that at the core of our lives is the soul, which can only evolve with the help of a body in this metaphysical realm. Vedic astrology seeks ways for the upliftment of the soul to higher and higher dimensions. In other words, it is practical spirituality. So far we have discussed planets, houses, and zodiac signs. We have also analyzed in depth how a planet ruins the atmosphere of a zodiac sign and how the aspects of life related to the houses on which the signs fall are affected. The distribution of houses over the signs depends on your karmic past and the purpose you've to fulfill for which you've been given this birth. This part is fixed as the past life's karmas have been bolted and sealed, and there is no conceivable possible way to change the way the houses are distributed over the signs. Moreover, there is no way of strengthening the houses or signs. The best we can do is figure out which planets are weak and which planets are strong in our horoscope. And then once we have established the weak and strong planets, we have to find ways to tame the strong planets and nurture the weak planets. But before we proceed with practical remedies of Vedic astrology, I would like to remind you once more how the intangible life force within us works and how we identify these forces with the help of astrological planets. As I'd stated, there is a soul, which is nothing but a quantity of energy. A form of energy that has eluded the senses bestowed upon us. Nor can it be identified with the instruments we have developed, deploying our intelligence thus far. According to Vedic texts, purpose of a soul, as also of our life, is to merge into the Paramatman, the divine, and continue onwards in the process of evolution. No matter what state or circumstances we, as individuals, find ourselves in, the main goal is to lift ourselves upwards. You probably might have heard about dark matter, which makes up 85% of all the matter in the universe, and 27% of the universe's total mass energy. Dark matter is composed of particles that do not absorb, reflect, or emit light, so they cannot be detected by us directly. We know about it indirectly by its effects on objects. The soul too is a similar entity, an intangible force, very much like dark energy. It can neither be created nor destroyed. We just know that it is at our core and we have grown around it. From the soul flows consciousness, another intangible entity, and when it collides with the electromagnetic radiations emanating from the sun, the mind is created. The mind starts acting as an interface between the matter and the soul. The consciousness flowing from the soul consists of our karmic information and is stored in the innards of the mind, not directly accessible. The information flowing from the material world also strikes our mind, and if it impacts us deeply, it penetrates the mind and sticks to the karmic information in the innards, adding to our baggage. If we merely hold it as significant, it keeps circulating on and on within our minds as thoughts and only disappears once we stop paying attention to it. The moon consists of two parts. One part of it connects us to the material world. This part is the point at the intersection of the Earth's orbit and the moon's orbit, also called the North Node. In Vedic astrology, this point or node is given the status of an astrological planet called Rahu. Once we get the physical body, we need food. Rahu is that part of our mind that helps us to search around. Rahu connects the mind to the material world. But it is also a mischievous planet and if untamed, engages us in useless and spiraling worldly pursuits. The purpose of the soul is forgotten, and life gets wasted, adding to our already accumulated karmic debts from earlier lives. The other part of the moon, the south node, where the Earth's and the moon's orbits intersect, is also given the status of an astrological planet. This node called Ketu connects our mind to our soul. Both these nodal points have the power to spoil your mind, but if checked properly, these are the very planets that can help your soul achieve the highest possible. Next, we have Mars, which is the energy of our body to do things in the material world, to fulfill the purpose of the soul. Mars has two levels. At the lower level, it is the physical energy that provides physical strength to move ourselves and all the things in the world. At the higher level, it is the mental strength that never lets us give up. Mercury is our logical and intellectual part and consists of the nervous system. Its energy is the electric charge flowing through our neurons. Jupiter is our wisdom and the planet of growth, and, if uncontrolled, it creates a tendency within us to unnecessarily start giving advice and expressing our views, attracting argument and insolence. Venus is our innate ability to be happy. Saturn is the taskmaster, the one who constricts. Irrespective of what part of us the planets represent, all of them may be considered powerhouses. We have discussed the various aspects of life represented by the 12 houses and the environment of signs, one by one. The strength or weakness of a planet, as we have already discussed, depends on the Navamsha Kundali. In a Lagna chart, the elements of signs in which the planets are placed tell us about the energy levels of the planets. For example, a fiery planet will be in the best energy levels if in a fiery sign, and it will be in the least energy level if placed in a watery sign. A planet's benefic or malefic results also depend on whether the planet is in a sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic house. Most of what makes a planet weak or strong depend on our karmic past. But this is not where the Vedic astrology ends. The sages of the Vedic era figured out that ultimately it all percolates down to the power of a planet. If a planet is giving good results, we can increase its power. On the other hand, if a planet is giving bad results, we can mitigate its effects by reducing its energy. And all this is achieved by the karmas that we do in our day-to-day life. More about remedies in the next episode. Thanks for watching.